we are going to study about chemical coordination and integration. So, what is a chemical? A chemical is a substance that is made in chemistry lab. Okay, a chemical is a substance that can bring change, okay, in a chemical reaction. There are many things in our body or in a system, in a living system, whether in plants or humans or animals. There are very substances there which can bring change to a process. Okay, maybe it's in organ or organ system or in a cell. These are called chemicals. Okay, now there is a term called coordination. So here we are talking about coordination in human system. So in human system there is a neuronal system and there is a hormonal system. So both working together in a coordinated manner, and they bring changes or they bring control to an organ or cell or reflexes or stimulus. Okay, so control of movements or activities in our body is regulated and is coordinated too. So the coordination which brings by the chemicals is basically in hormonal system. And what is integration? Integration is sum or compound together. So all these coordinated activities, when integrated or compound together, these are in hormonal system, and that's why we are studying here chemical coordination and integration. So what are the chemicals which bring changes here? The chemical substances is a hormone. Wow, hormone. And hormone is secreted by glands. Hormones are most preferably secreted by endocrine glands. What are endocrine glands? What is endo? Endo means within. What is crine? Crine in general term means shrinkage, but in this case we are not talking about the shrinkage. There is another term for crine, crine, that is secretion via stimulation. So crine means secretion here. And what secretion we are talking about? We are talking about the hormones or the chemical substances which bring changes in our body. And you know glands. So endocrine glands are ductless glands. Ductless means they have no pipes or ductal system here. Whatever they produce, they secrete in bloodstream, interstitial fluids, or the nearby organ. Okay, they don't use any pipe or duct system. Like in neuronal system, we study nerves used to conduct impulses. So in hormonal system, we won't use any neurons here. The secretion directly goes through the bloodstream or intercellular fluids. So this is all the basic concept. Now coming up to scientific definition of hormones. So scientific definition of hormone is hormones are, so now coming on to what are hormones. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals. Okay, there is no nourishment, no vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates involved here. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messenger. Its only work is providing messages in between the cells and are producing trace amounts. So here the neuronal system and or the nervous system and the hormonal system both works simultaneously to regulate the functions of the body. Well, while the neuronal system acts rapidly, the hormonal system won't act that fast. It's slow, but it's sturdy, it's effective, it's more effective, and its effect took longer time. So now come to the types of chemical messengers. How many type of chemical messengers are there in our system? Okay, there are 4 types of chemical messengers. The number 1, or the classical hormonal system or endocrine messenger. The endocrine messengers are those chemical hormones which are called to be classical hormones. So in classical hormones or endocrine messenger system, there is a gland which has certain secretion. Now this gland secretion goes to the target cell or organ and it brings change there. Okay, but here the main thing is why it's called classical chemical messenger, because the mode of transportation is via blood stream. It travels via bloodstream, that's why it's called endocrine messenger. Number 2, the neurotransmitters. What are neurotransmitters? You have already studied or you have perhaps an idea of neurotransmitters in synaptic membrane. In synaptic membrane, there are synaptic lobes, there are synaptic bulbs, and there is a secretion of neurotransmitters, which conduction for the conduction of the nerve impulses. It's in neuronal system. The conduction of nerve impulses became faster, such as acetylcholine, which is secreted from this nerve endings or synaptic nerve endings. These are called neurotransmitters. Now coming up to number 3, paracrine messenger. What are paracrine messenger? Here is the mode of transportation is bloodstream in classical endocrine messenger. In neurotransmitter, there is a synaptic environment. So in synaptic environment, there is a transmission is here. In paracrine messenger, these paracrine messengers, what they do, they neither goes through bloodstream, neither goes through synaptic membrane. The paracrine messenger passes from, let it be cell, these cells. If the hormone is produced here, then the hormone neither passes through bloodstream, is goes through these in between these cell junctions, like desmosome, tight junction, or interstitial fluids. So in paracrine messenger, the secretion passes via interstitial fluids. Okay, now the final one is autocrine messenger, or auto means self. So in these messengers are self-regulated. The secretion or these messengers, these hormones, controls the source which secrete them. That's why it's called autocrine. So they are hormones which can be endocrine and neurotransmitter too, which can be paracrine and endocrine messenger too. So they are hormones which can pick the mode of multiple chemical messenger as well. So in invertebrates, there are minute quantity of or minute amount of hormones secreted, while in vertebrates there are multiple number of hormones and their quantity is also very much. Although we can call it a trace amount, but as compared to invertebrates, they are a huge number, a huge amount.